Hey everyone, it's Gina and welcome back to my channel. And for today's video, I'm so excited to be partnering with CurlMix to bring you a review and a tutorial with using their 4-step wash and go system. I'm so excited about these products and I've been loving them. I've been testing them out religiously for like maybe 5 weeks now, 4 weeks. And I've tried them so many different ways and really fallen in love with them. And they're definitely gonna be some of my favorites out of a lot of the products that I've tried out. And I love how it is a 4-step system, so you're getting everything you need in one kit. They actually have a hair quiz that you can do on their website, so you get a kit that is customized for your needs because they have like 4 or 5 different ones. And so you get the one that is the right formula for your needs. Wash and go system that I have is the blue one, which is actually formulated for strengthening. So the styling products have organic castor oil in them, which is really great at strengthening your hair. My hair breaks so easily because I do have fine curly hair. And these products are fully sulfate and silicone free, so nothing to worry about there. But definitely go take their hair quiz. It's really fun and you can kind of get to know what you're looking for a little bit better to make sure you get the right kit. But like I said, it is a 4-step system and they're labeled. The directions are so easy to follow and I'm going to be taking you through a step-by-step on how I use them. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is what my hair is looking like before. It's definitely due for a wash. It's very tangly and frizzy, but I am surprised that I do still have some definition here. This is, I want to say, after 5 days of not washing my hair, which is pretty good, and I did not actually refresh it at all yesterday. So it's definitely time for a wash. So here's the before look. We're gonna actually go hop in the shower. So I actually like to start off with conditioner first because I like to detangle my hair. So after I get it wet, I like to go through and just get rid of all the knots before I actually go in and shampoo, and that's just to help my hair to where it doesn't tangle up too bad with shampooing because it is prone to breakage and I do have fine hair that breaks so easily, so I think this just works a lot better. So I'm first actually going to start off with the step 2. This is the Pure Grapeseed Conditioner, the hydrating one with Ultra Slip. It definitely has a lot of slip. You can see how easily it was for me to detangle my hair. It only took like less than a minute. And I like to start by first like applying a ton of conditioner to my hair. I do get my hair wet. And then I just like to use my fingers and just finger detangle from the bottom up. You don't want to start from the top too much because that can just cause more tangles. And if you have really tangly hair, another thing you can do is just gradually kind of separate the curls with your fingers versus just trying to pull your hands through your entire head, if that makes sense. So I just gradually work to get rid of the tangles until I can easily run my fingers through without them getting stuck. And that also gets rid of a lot of the loose hairs and the shedding that I've had throughout the week of not washing my hair yet. So now I'm actually gonna go in with the shampoo. This is the Pure Aloe Vera Shampoo, clarifying to remove buildup. And these are all the vanilla berry fragrance, which smells so good. I love how this shampoo is sulfate free and it's not drying on the hair, so it's not going to leave your hair feeling stripped. It feels really good after you use it, and it is moisturizing because it has that aloe vera leaf juice in it. It also has some really great hydrating ingredients like avocado oil, rosemary oil, which is great for preventing hair growth, so that's always really great. And so it's good at just cleansing the hair. This does get rid of buildup. I've actually tried this after using an oil treatment on my scalp, and it actually removed the oil, which was amazing because it doesn't feel like it's stripping your hair, so you wouldn't think it would remove stuff like that, but it does remove those heavy products on your scalp, which is great. So even though this is labeled clarifying, I wouldn't consider it to be like a stripping shampoo by any means, but it does get rid of product buildup on your scalp and on your hair to where you can actually go in and restyle. So now for step 2, we're going to actually go in with the conditioner, and this, like I said, is so easy to detangle. I did get a little bit more tangles after shampooing, so this was great at just removing those. The slip is amazing with this. It just feels so good on your hair, and you don't feel like you have to use a ton of product either. And if you have really fine hair to where it gets weighed down easily, you can just apply this from like your ears down, but I don't have any issues with mine getting too flat on top with this. It's not too heavy for me. This is formulated with avocado oil and grapeseed oil, so it's super hydrating on your hair. I don't find that I feel like I need to use a really thick, deep conditioner after using that shampoo. This gives me enough moisture with just using the conditioner. So now that we are done washing, one thing I like to do is always rinse with cool water. You can use cold if you can stand it, but I do like to do that final cold rinse just to help seal everything in and help prevent frizz. And after I rinse everything out, I do like to take my fingers and kind of break up the curls. So I definitely recommend doing this if you want some really good definition and stuff. Just kind of run your fingers through your hair after you're done, like squeezing it out and everything. And you can go right in and apply your styling products at this point. They do recommend doing that when your hair is soaking wet. But for the video, I want to be able to show you a little bit better on how I apply the styler. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get out of the shower, but I did not wrap my hair up or anything. I left it dripping and went ahead and dried off my body, and my hair was still dripping. You want to make sure your hair is very wet when you're applying the styling products. So now for step 3, it's time to use the moisturizer. And this is pretty much a curl cream. And this has castor oil in it, avocado oil, which is super hydrating. And I love how there's not a ton of ingredients in this. It's just really natural on your hair. So I like to apply this moisturizer just to the lower part of my hair. My ends tend to get really dry. I definitely recommend starting with something like this to help just give your hair some moisture, and that way it helps prevent frizz. And then we're gonna seal it in with the gel in just a minute, but I like kind of just running this all throughout my hair. I also like to take my Denman brush and just brush everything through just to make sure I'm evenly distributing that product, and this really helps with curl definition as well, and also helps to smooth down the frizz. And now it's time for step 4, which is the pure flaxseed gel. I love how this is definitely a pure flaxseed gel, so it's not loaded with a ton of ingredients. The second one, other than water, is organic brown flax seeds and then organic castor oil. And so it also has some moisturizing ingredients in it, like the glycerin and the marshmallow root extract. So this is not a super drying gel. I personally love a strong hold gel, but I don't like it to be too drying on my hair. So this is kind of like a milky color and consistency to it. So it's really hydrating on your hair. I don't feel like it's too sticky. It's just the perfect consistency. It's definitely more of a watery gel. So if you have thinner and finer hair like me, this is a great gel option. I'm actually gonna flip my head over, and this just helps give me a lot more volume. So when applying the flaxseed gel, I'm definitely applying a liberal amount. So I did several pumps onto my hand, and I love how these products have pumps, by the way. It's just so easy when you're applying them. But I did run this all throughout my hair. I run my fingers through my hair as I'm applying it, and I'm also kind of smoothing down the strands. That way I'm smoothing down any frizz and just locking everything in. And you can also scrunch too when your head is upside down, just to help encourage that curl pattern. You want to hear that squishy sound. That means you have enough moisture in your hair. If your hair starts to dry when you're applying products, you definitely want to spray it down. My hair was pretty much dripping when I applied these, which is how you want it. That gives you more hold and makes sure that you have enough moisture in your hair. I've also tried this system without using the moisturizer and just using the gel, and it worked great too. So if you don't find that your hair is really dry, that's a great option. If you just want to use the flaxseed gel, I still had really great hold. I had amazing results, and they definitely lasted a long time. So now I like to just take my Denman brush and touch up any areas, just help smooth down any frizz that might have formed. And this also helps give me some really defined curls around the top layer while still keeping that volume on the inside layer. So after I'm finally done applying the styling products, now I'm actually gonna plot my hair. You don't have to do this, but I do like to plot my hair up on top of my head with my hair repair towel. You can use a cotton t-shirt or whatever you have, as long as it's not like a bath towel that's really gonna weigh down your hair. But this just helps absorb some excess moisture, and I usually wear this for like 20 minutes or so while I do my makeup, and then I'm ready to actually diffuse my hair. So now it's time to diffuse. I love using a universal diffuser attachment like this one. This one is in my Amazon store, but I like to flip my head over just for more volume, and this really helps with curl definition for me too. I just cup all of my hair into the diffuser bowl and then scrunch it up to my scalp, and I just kind of hold it there for a little bit. You want to be careful to not rough your hair up too much when it's wet like this, because it could cause more frizz. So just be really gentle and just kind of gradually dry it. I like to use my dryer on the lowest heat setting and the lowest airflow. So you don't want it to be too high of speed and be blowing your curls everywhere. That just causes more frizz. And I also like to alternate between the hot and cold settings. So I'll do the cool shot for a little bit, just so I'm not using too much heat on my hair, and that really helps seal in and prevent frizz. I also like to flip my head back over and go on the underside layer. This just really helps shrink up the underside curls for me that tend to hang a little bit longer. It really helps to do this with my head right side up as opposed to flipped over. Then you can also put the diffuser teeth right at your roots and give it a little lift and let it dry like that for a little bit to help give you some more volume. So now I'm finally done diffusing. My hair looks so big. I have so much volume, which I love. I like to take sometimes a little bit of water on my hands and maybe a little bit more flaxseed gel and just kind of touch up any areas that might look a little bit frizzy that I might have missed with the gel. And you can really tell once your hair is dry, but you do want to add a little bit more water if you're going to use more gel. And I just kind of touch up areas like around the crown, around my part where I tend to get some flyaways. And if your ends look frizzy, you can also just smooth a little bit of water or gel over them. Another thing I really like about this gel is it can be reactivated with just water. So if you want to touch your hair up throughout the day, or even when you're refreshing, you don't necessarily have to add more product. You can just add gel and it will just kind of get that crunch again, which is awesome. That's one great thing about flaxseed gels, is usually you don't have to apply more. Another thing I noticed with this gel is it does not flake on me. I've tried pure flaxseed gels before that flake so bad no matter how much that I use or how little that I use. This one, I don't see any flakes on my hair. It doesn't look like dull or anything. I have some really good shine, which is great. So now that we're done, you can see the amazing before and after. My hair looks so much more moisturized, super defined, and still has a ton of volume. So if you're interested in checking these out, I will put the link down below. Thank you so much to CurlMix for providing these products and for sponsoring this video. It has been amazing testing these, and I'm definitely going to continue using them. I also do have a discount code, which is awesome. That way you guys can get some money off your order. I will put that in the description box down below, so be sure to use that at checkout. I'll be sure to list out any other tools and stuff that I used in this routine on the blog post that goes with this video, which will be linked in the description box down below, as well as where you can get the products. So if you have not yet already seen my curly hair care for beginners playlist, I will also link that for you down below. There's tons of tips in there if you are just getting started taking care of your curls, if you're transitioning, if you need help understanding the curly girl method, all that kind of stuff. I've done tons of videos in that series, so I'll put that link below for you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in next week's video. Bye everyone.